This will be a message from Spirit straight to your ears. Thank you for tuning in. This message will take about 30 minutes or so. This is your Oracle Hour, and the first message out is, it has more to do with patience and planning. So, the image that comes with the patience and planning are two pillars, and then you have the seasons, right? The pillars represent the foundation, and the seasons represent the change that happens around the pillars, right? What Spirit wants you to know is that a part of the planning phase is making sure that the foundation is set. That no matter what comes and tries to blow them down, that they have been built with the utmost integrity and the strongest materials, that it can withstand whatever comes its way. You have to have the foundation. You have to plan the foundation into your blueprint, your overall goal. And you have to make sure that the foundation is set first, because the seasons will change. Things will change. Storms will come. Just like the sun will shine. But most of us enjoy the sun shining, but what we're not prepared for, what we don't like experiencing, are those moments where the wind blows, where the storm comes, where the tornado is throwing things left and right in its path. And sometimes you're in the middle of the storm. You're in the eye of the storm. And sometimes you feel like you're in the midst of the throwing of the storm. No matter your position, if your foundation has been laid and it is strong, no storm can come and tear down what has been built and made of steel by God. And when God, just like now in these moments, when Spirit speaks, this is the material that you need in order to build that firm foundation. Because these are the words. This is the energy that you can come back to, that you can stand in, that you can find refuge in the middle of the storm. And then the patience part is being patient enough while you're in the storm to allow the storm to pass, to let the storm do what it's going to do, and to have faith and to have hope and to have belief in the things that have been built prior to the storm, and faith and belief that it will stand through the storm. This is what the words of Spirit shall be in your life. So I'm not sure what's happening right now for you. I'm not sure what's going on with you, but when you're in the middle of the storm, all you can do is wait for the storm to pass. You're not the source of the storm, right? So you have to Allow the storm to do what it's going to do. Surrender to the unknown. And fear may creep in. Doubt might come. But what you should know is that the storm will pass. They always do. There's no storm that lasts forever, not even in nature. Again, seasons, things change. Your life changes with every decision, with every new thought, or every new piece of information that you receive. Wisdom is developed. And all of this happens for you so that it adds to the material of the foundation that you have built to fortify it and to keep it strong while you are being patient and waiting for the storm to pass. So this too shall pass. Whatever it is you're going through, I know that when I'm going through things, I can get trapped in my mind, and I might have something really big that I'm supposed to do, but sometimes I can get really trapped, I guess, and I can stop the progress that I'm supposedly be making because I'm trapped in my head. The fears that come with not knowing how a thing is going to turn out, not knowing how you're going to be judged or perceived, all these are obstacles that keep me or can keep me trapped in my head sometimes. And I have to overcome these things. Even when I feel like I'm going crazy sometimes. Because sometimes you can feel like your reality has been interrupted, I guess. Or like the plans that you have, the goals that you have are not good enough as well. Just a lot of different doubts, a lot of different thoughts, a lot of different demons, really. Just calling for what they are. That try and come and steal my inner peace while I'm in the storm. Right? And so it can be hard. It can be difficult to walk through the storm fearlessly. It can be difficult, but it can be done with practice. Because there's one thing you should know for sure is that there will always be a storm that comes, because seasons always change. Now, how intense the storms are, it just depends on the path you're walking and the things that are coming your way. But there will always be a storm, and it will always pass. So use each storm to practice your faith, to practice how to maintain an energetic and a mental space in your mind that will keep you safe during those times, that will remind you of the last storm you went in and came out flawless and victorious in. Now, I will say, sometimes you feel like you're getting beat down. Like, sometimes you feel like you're getting beat down, but think about warriors. They get beat. I mean, they might not lose, but they suffer wounds. But does that stop them from being a warrior? No. If anything, they learn how to take a hit better, or they learn not to leave themselves open in that particular way where whatever detriment they took or whatever blow they took previously, they will learn not to take it like that the next time, if that makes sense. The next message from Spirit is about your awareness and your intuition, and how with awareness, it gives you the ability to move differently. It gives you the ability to plan better. Awareness gives you the ability to know where you made mistakes before. Intuition allows you to sense and feel things that you cannot see. So with your awareness and your intuition together, you are a powerful being. What you cannot allow is for someone to come in, or something to come in and to strip you of your power by dumbing you down, so taking your awareness, or blocking you from spirit, which is shutting down your intuition. And you get blocked when you start to vibe, or when you start to operate in a lower energy, in those lower energies of like depression and fear, right? That's how you get cut off. That's how your intuition gets cut off. Because you cannot discern with your awareness what your intuition is trying to tell you. That's what the intuition is there for. It's there to give you messages from the unseen. So if we want to keep our intuition healthy and our awareness online, in order to have the upper hand on the next steps in our life, or the upper hand on someone who is trying to belittle us or make us feel a particular way, or an upper hand on a job that's trying to control our lives by taking all of our time, right? Your awareness and your intuition will give you the upper hand on all of that, so that you can make the right choices that are going to be beneficial for you. Any more messages, Spirit? Okay. So with everything that I just said, the awareness and your intuition, right? If there is a disruption in those things, as I was saying before, there can be a slight disruption in the wish fulfillments that you're looking for, the manifestations that you're looking to bring into reality, right? Cutting off your awareness and your intuition brings disruption to the fruits of your labor. Disruption. It does not take it away, but it will pause your progress. It will stagnate your mental growth. Having awareness literally is expansion. Once you come into awareness of something, you have expanded. So your awareness and your intuition, Spirit wants me to drive that home. That is so important. Next message, Spirit. You know, a lot of us tend to suffer in silence. A lot of us tend to suffer in silence because we feel like there's no one that we can trust enough to talk to be vulnerable, to say the things that we want to say and not be judged or looked at it in a negative light. And the temptation is to make decisions how can I say this? The temptation in the suffering in silence, the temptation is to make decisions and choices that are going to bring you comfort, that are going to make you feel better. And I'm more so speaking of like habits, bad habits, right? You already feel like you're alone. You know, you feel like you're suffering. And the first thing that as a human will do is to grab the first thing or to indulge in the first thing that we feel will make us feel better. And typically those things are not good for us. Right? But what you have to understand is you have the authority. You have the authority over your life. You have the say-so of the way that your life plays out. Yes, you're a co-creator with universe and with God, but you have free will, and you are free to choose to do whatever it is that you want to do. And with that, again, comes the temptation of doing things that are not good for you. And so you have to have the discernment. Like, okay, I'm finding it hard to kind of describe what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing, because it's like, okay, you suffered in a silence, and in the suffering and not feeling like there's anybody there, in the suffering feeling like you're alone, you can definitely pick up habits or reconnect yourself to habits that you have let go that have brought you comfort because, shoot, you uncomfortable, you suffering, right? But what you have to understand is that you are the authority. If you don't want to suffer anymore, you have the ability to release yourself from suffering. It's a process, but it's definitely your choice to sit in a particular energy or to create a new one, or move into a new one, shall I say. So when these things come and they tear you down and you feel lonely, you feel worthless, like what you're doing is not worth anything, or when you feel like you can't ever reach the light at the end of the tunnel, we all know that that's not true. You have reached the light at the end of the tunnel before, right? Old things that have passed away have passed away. Because there's an ending to everything. Even you. You're going to pass away. You're going to expire one day. So take joy in knowing that the way that you feel when you're suffering, when you feel like you're alone and you're there by yourself and there's no one there to take the burden off of your heart, off your shoulders, off your mind, off your back. You can choose to walk or think in a different direction that is going to release the suffering that you feel on the inside. But it takes time. It takes practice. It takes patience. I know we don't like hearing that because we want our results right away. And sometimes you can have results right away. But when it comes to learning to pull yourself from a depressive place, which you should check out the book that I wrote on depression. It's called Pulling Yourself from Depression, an introspective self-help guide. You check it out. It's on Amazon. Last name God's down below. Check it out. But it's a process. And in the book, I explain the process and how it literally, if we're talking about depression, if you're in a depressive state, you have to like put one foot in front of the other. You literally have to, like, it takes strength. It does. It takes patience. It does. But know that you don't have to have all the strength and the patience that you need right now in that moment. Your strength will come with the momentum and the steps that you take. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the end. Don't worry about how long it's going to take you to get out of it. Just take the steps to get out of it. And before you know it, you'll be out of it. Quick, fast, in a hurry. New beginnings. Love. Everything coming your way. You just have to take the steps. Be patient, but take the steps. Message, Spirit. Spirit will never leave you. Never. You may not feel it. You may not hear Spirit. You may feel disconnected, but Spirit is here. Period. Just like the air you breathe is here, Spirit is here at all times, on the job, 24/7. If you feel the absence of Spirit, it's because you are vibrating at a frequency that does not allow you to hear Spirit. Not the Spirit has left you. Spirit wanted me to tell you that. Spirit never leaves. Whether you listen or you ignore, that's up to you. Or whether you tune your physical body, your vessel, into a frequency that's going to allow you to hear Spirit, that's up to you. Next message, Spirit. Blue is the color of healing. Wear it. Blue is also the color of the throat chakra. Wear it. So this whole time we've been basically talking about the groundwork, the foundation that you need to lay in your spirit, in your mental. Because the storms will come. As you get stronger, the storms may get stronger. But the ones that are strong to you now won't be worth nothing to you later. So take solace in knowing that the trouble you have now will not always be the trouble that you have. Right? And it takes the planning and the development of that foundation. And in return, you can start to enjoy life. You can start to enjoy who you are. You can start to open up your heart because you're not afraid, because you understand that the storm will pass. Yes, and you know, as a person who is a veteran, once you understand the flow and you go through a few storms and you overcome them, you will become a veteran in knowing that this too shall pass. And it won't scare you as much. It won't stop you in your tracks as much. You might have to take a moment to regroup here and there. But when you fortify yourself in the spirit, you're that much stronger. You just have to listen to what Spirit says. Follow the instruction. It's not like we're here with a blueprint, a physical blueprint. We have our own genetic blueprint, our own mental blueprint, and Spirit's here to reveal it to you. Last message, Spirit. Last message, Spirit. Don't give up. Just take a break. Take a rest. Regroup. Go over the plan that you already set. Spirit said they already set a plan with you. Just go over it. You've been given the blueprint. And if you haven't, you need to pray and ask God for the blueprint. But don't give up. Don't cover ground. Don't cover ground and then give it up. Do not cover territory and then give up the territory that you covered because you're afraid or because you got attacked in spirit. You will be attacked. But it's up to you to allow Spirit to work with you so that you don't feel attackable. It's all in your perception. It's all in how you see the world. It's all in how you want to show up in the world. It's all in what you want to be. Do you want to be yourself? It's probably the best. Message, Spirit. Beautiful. Last message out is if you are stuck right now, like if something just happened where you feel down, or maybe you got rejected, or maybe you had a night terror, or maybe what you wanted didn't come to fruition, or maybe you just had an argument. Wherever you are right now, if it's in a low vibe, all you have to do, because you have the authority, we just talked about this, all you have to do is allow, right? Allow your body to release the negative that you feel. And I know this is really difficult for some people, but this is how you do it. You acknowledge where you are, wherever that is. If you're angry, upset, sad, lonely, allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to feel it. Don't try and say you don't feel that way. Don't try and block the way you feel. Just go ahead and fucking feel it. After you feel it, look in a new direction. What do you want to feel now? Okay, now you've decided what you want to feel. Let's say you want to feel happy. Let's say you want to smile. After you've allowed yourself to process or let that emotion wash through your vessel, wash through your body, look in a new direction. If you like to feel happy, look at something that makes you feel happy. Watch something that makes you feel happy. Go somewhere that makes you feel happy. Do something that makes you feel happy. And allow yourself to experience what you experience in every moment and every second of every experience that you're having. Have the experience. Be there. Release that thought in the back of your mind of what just happened. And, your body will still mimic what just happened in like your facial expressions, whatever. But allow that to lighten up too. Allow that depressed face to start to lift up and create a smile. Allow that down mood, because you're holding on. If you notice, your body is clenching when you're feeling a particular way. Release your muscles and breathe. Tell yourself, I don't want to hold that feeling. I'm going to let that feeling pass by. And let it pass. And then let the new feeling come in. And hold on to that. If you want to hold on to anything, hold on to happiness, joy, gratitude. If you can't find something that makes you happy, you can't go somewhere that makes you happy right now, start with gratitude. I'm so happy that I had some water to drink today. That I'm not thirsty. And think about a time when you wanted some water and you couldn't get some water. But you were now in a place to be able to get some water. Think about your family members and how they are still safe. They're still here. And that you're grateful for their energy and for being around. And think about the times that you miss them when they're not around. And then think about being grateful for them being around when they are around. If they're around right now. There's so many things you could be grateful for, but that's the process. Think about something that you're grateful for. Think about the absence of it, and then think about being grateful for it again. It puts much more value on what you're saying you're grateful for. Or think about how it could not have turned out that way, but it did. How it could have been worse. Right? I hope this helps you to overcome some of the obstacles and challenges that you're facing or maybe coming into. Obstacles and challenges will come. They will come. You are still you. You are still you. All you have to do is build upon you to make yourself stronger in spirit. And then just let the experiences roll off your back like water. I hope you have an amazing day. Until next time. Ciao.